If you're looking for a quick and easy appetizer, then you're going to want to keep watching. It's Kelly and welcome back to Mama Needs a Goal. Thank you so much for joining me today, and if you're new here, welcome. So friends, it's about 3 o'clock right now and I am making up some Greek pinwheels. I'm actually making them for dinner for tonight, but these are perfect party appetizers because you can make them up. They actually need to be made up and in the fridge for at least an hour. You can make them up the night before if you're having a party or if you want to make them for lunch. Great for kids' lunches as well. So I'm making them up now, like I said, for dinner, and I thought I'd go ahead and share this with you. So let me stop talking, we'll go over all the ingredients and get started. Alrighty, so I have some dill, I have some non-fat Greek plain yogurt, I have 6 ounces of feta cheese, olive oil, red wine vinegar, lemon juice, I have some pepperoncinis, granulated garlic or garlic powder, black pepper. I'm using the Greek seasoning that I have, but you can use like parsley, oregano, and the garlic powder, and a little bit of salt if you don't have Greek seasoning. But if you have Greek seasoning, just use that instead of the oregano. I have over here, I chopped up, I have just about a 1/4 cup of cucumbers. I'm only going to be putting that on the ones I make for myself because hubby does not like cucumbers. And I also have about a 1/4 cup of the chopped pepperoncinis. We love them. I have about a 1/3 cup of onion and tomato chopped up. And then I have about a 1/2 cup of kalamata olives because we absolutely love them. And then I'm using the carb balanced flour tortillas, but you can use any tortillas. You can use like the spinach ones, that would be great, or the red basil ones, or you can even use like lavash bread. That would even work as well for the pinwheels, but this is what we're using for today. Alrighty, so I have my mixing bowl here. I have 1 cup of plain Greek yogurt. Okay. And then we're going to add in a teaspoon of olive oil, red wine vinegar, and lemon juice. And because I'm using my Greek seasoning, I'm only doing a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder. But normally you would use a whole teaspoon if you're doing the oregano and the parsley. And then my Greek seasoning, I'm using a 1/2 teaspoon. I'm doing a 1/2 teaspoon of parsley. And I have a 1/2 teaspoon of dill. I actually dried this dill myself. Okay. And then we're just going to go ahead and mix this around. Adding the lemon juice and the olive oil and the vinegar just makes the mixture a little bit smoother, as you can see. And now we're going to add in our feta. And you can use a blender if you want to, or a mixer if you want it really smooth. Alrighty, now let's mix this together and break up. I'm liking this, I'm liking the texture of it. Alrighty, I think we are good. Like I said, you can use a blender if you want. I am not going to do that. You just want to stir it enough and just I had some big chunks in there, so I don't want big chunks. I don't want to take a bite into my pinwheel and it be a big chunk of feta cheese, so I'm trying to get those big chunks smashed down. Like I said, you can use a blender. I honestly did not feel like dragging the blender around, but I think I got all those big chunks broke up. Yep. Alrighty, so let's put this aside, get my hands washed, and then we'll put our pinwheels together. All right, my friends, I made a boo-boo. I left my pepper. It was kind of hidden back there, and I did not add my pepper. So we just want to do about a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. Oh, how I forgot that. It's one of the things I love. Alrighty. Alrighty, now we can put our wraps together. Okay, so I have my plastic wrap here, and I'm going to go ahead and cut a piece off. And then I'm going to lay it out in front of me, top to bottom. So the long ways up, because we're going to roll it in the plastic. Okay, I'm going to put my... Now I'm using the carb ones like I mentioned, but it would be a good idea to buy the larger tortillas, so that way you can get more in the bigger one instead of have to make a bunch of smaller ones. But these come that way, so I don't really have a choice. So we're going to go ahead and just smear this on. You don't want to go all the way to the edge, and you don't want it too thick. Okay. Just like that. Because my wraps are much smaller, I'm gonna have a lot left over. So I am making mine first because, like I said, hubby does not like cucumbers. So I'm gonna make these. Okay, and then we just add our toppings, and you can add whatever you like. You don't have to do everything that I have here. You do want to dry off your cucumbers and your tomatoes. I just used the little tomatoes that I had on hand. I used the little grape tomatoes, but like your cucumbers, your tomatoes, olives, all that, you definitely want to make sure they're a little bit dry so they don't get wet. And also, you can add chicken on here, or you can add some lamb. That would work as well. I'm just doing this. All right, so there you have it. So now we're gonna go ahead and start rolling it. Like I said, you're bringing your wrap here, and we're going to just start rolling, and I slide it towards me, as you can see. And now, as I get right to the end, I'm bringing my plastic wrap up the back of it so I can make it really taut. Just like that. And then I'm gonna roll. Just like that. And there's one down. And now we're gonna go ahead and make another one. And then this one will be mine as well, as I have plenty here. Or actually, Zachary may eat one of these, and Nick, I don't know, they may eat it or not. They both eat cucumber, so I will put cucumber on 2 of them. Okay. Alrighty, we're going to wrap this as well. Like I said, if you have the bigger ones, use the bigger ones because it just makes more sense, but the low carb stuff does not come in the big ones, or if they do, I have not found them anywhere around here. So alrighty, you don't need to see me wrap every single one of these. So I'm gonna go ahead, wrap them up, and then we'll check back in, see how many I get. Alrighty, so it's a little while later, and I'm gonna go ahead and slice up mine. We'll do a quick taste test. Now, keep in mind, because we use the yogurt and not cream cheese, it's a little bit softer than what the cream cheese ones would be, obviously. So let me turn the camera down and we'll go ahead and cut this up. Alrighty, let's open this up. And this is always the most difficult part of it all, is finding that edge. The whole thing, finding the edge is always the more difficult part. And I didn't find the edge. Oh my goodness. Seriously, Kelly. Oh. This isn't even funny. Where is it? Is that it? There it is. Oh my goodness. Alrighty. You want to make sure you use a serrated knife. Let's cut that off. And look at that, friends. Look, yum. And you want to make it a little bit thicker than what I just did, actually, because you want it to stay together because of using the Greek yogurt instead of the cream cheese. Alrighty, there you have it. So let's go ahead and do a taste test. Alrighty. Oh, this is so good. Oh my goodness. The flavors. Absolutely delicious. And like I said, friends, you can add, I have Benny coming in. You can add some chicken in here if you want. You can add some lamb in there. We buy this Greek beef at Costco that they sell, and we really like that. When we make Greek salads, we add that on top. You can add that in here as well. So friends, that'll do it for today. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget, hit that little subscribe button, as it does greatly help me out. And also, please check me out over on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, and TikTok, as I am active on all those social media sites as well. So friends, thanks so much, and I'll catch up with you next time. Bye.